Hey everyone, thanks for making it back after lunch and thanks for joining me. My name is Lisa Coney. I am the UEN Community Partnerships Manager. And one of the things that, along with my job that I do, connecting with all sorts of folks in the community, is I also 13 years ago developed this website. I don't do all the pretty graphics and putting things in, but I collected all the resources and hopefully you'll find some wonderful ideas that you can use in your classroom for yourself, for your students, and your kids' caregivers. So as we go along this path this morning, afternoon, it might be bumpy, like the picture, put on your raincoats. I figured out a glitch from my earlier presentation. So bear with me. Sometimes presenting is also like the path. It might be a little bumpy. So here we go. I hope that I can not only be a facilitator today, but also I can become a real person as I introduce myself and my passion about this website and early childhood education. I've been at UEN for 16 years and I'm self-actualized. I pictured this job and I'm loving every bit of it. And I wanted to share a quick little story about two stories that represent who I am and my feelings about technology and young children. So I'm glad you're here. I'm truly passionate about this website and the resources. And I'm also glad to share my feelings about an interaction that I had with this cute young Navajo 8-year-old playing on her, who was staying at my house. She's being raised by her grandmother, and her grandmother is raising her because her mom is a meth addict, and she has 2 younger brothers. And they were at my house over Christmas, which was wonderful because my kids are old and I love Santa Claus. And you should know that I'm Jewish and my husband is Muslim. So like the fact that we love Santa Claus is very fun. It was great to bring these kiddos into our house. And as they were leaving, the little girl, she was really into, I was making breakfast and she was really into her tablet. And I looked over and I was like, are you just watching another girl play? And she's like, yeah. And like it was nothing. And I was horrified. My children, who are adults, they also said, it's not that abnormal. And I was like, it's not that abnormal that a little girl is totally engrossed in watching another little girl just play store. It bothered me. It made my heart really sad. And so while I think technology is fabulous, I'm not sure that I want a generation of young children who get their comfort and play by watching other children play on YouTube. I'm just not sure where I stand with that. It doesn't make me happy. And then you come to my East Sandy neighborhood and we still have snow. I'm in the back of a cul-de-sac and here's another 8-year-old that I'm familiar with who comes over all the time, asks to walk my dog. He's really self-confident. And here's a view from my office of these children outside playing. And, they live about 4 or 5 houses away, and they just made their way to the cul-de-sac and found their way to the snow pile. it made my heart happy. And this is what the goal is. So while I'm promoting this website, I hope that you all, and I hope that you know that technology is not the end all be all. It's a tool. And I really value play and healthy relationships between adults and children. And this is kind of just a guide to give you some tools as you guide our young children on their paths. So I just want you to kind of check in about what your learning goals are today. And I love that we changed. Preschool Path was formerly known as Preschool Pioneer. We've changed a few things along the way. It's also now called Utah's Early Learning Online Library. And so as we go through, pay attention that it is an online library geared towards early learning. And then I love the little
Ferris wheel. I had this start.
alliteration, or not quite sure. But I think that preschoolers and purposeful, and A standing for adults and approach. This is one approach. This is for teachers. It uses technology, which is great. It's for helpers, and kids can do it at home. And so now I've introduced myself, and in our last session, people really didn't speak up. I was really happy for one brave soul. I cannot see you, actually. My technology skills, it's kind of funny that I work in technology, but I'm just gonna ask that some of you will unmute yourselves and tell me your name, where you work, and a favorite unit or theme that you love to teach. Some people put in the chat that they love talking about seeds and growing plants with kids. And the one person who spoke up said that they were really enjoying teaching transportation. So I'll be quiet for a minute and see if I can see you. But no, I don't know where my thing is, but please jump in.
My name is Kay, and I love playing games with preschoolers.
Oh, thank you so much, Kay. And I am going to show you some great places to find fun games online, and ways to do in-person games. Anyone else?
I am Tanya, and I really like movement activities.
Oh, great. Great. I am going to show you a little secret on UEN's website in a few minutes. So great. Anyone else?
My name is Jennifer, and I love music.
Fabulous. I want to come to all your classes. I am my parents and my son are calling me, of course, because I'm in the middle of a presentation. Sorry about that. Anyone else?
I'm Jennifer Farish, and my favorite theme is fall. I loved all the activities of fall.
Perfect. You're a woman after my own heart. Yes. So all of those things, I hope that you'll find some resources as we go along with those themes and activities. And here's a nice fall picture for getting started. I'm going to put, I have moved my monitor, and I swear I cannot figure out where my mouse is. Sorry about that. But I'm going to take a deep dive into all of these different areas that we have to offer on our website and show you how you can use them. I'm happy to show you about some games, movement, music, and the theme of fall. Just so many fun things here. So you're also welcome to, I'll put this in the chat, but also go on your own. Just listen to me explore while you listen and enjoy. Preschool.uen.org. Like I said, the previous name was Preschool Pioneer. We just changed January 1st, and Preschool Path, and why am I telling you? Oh, this URL didn't change. That is the reason I'm telling you this. All right, let's get started. Of course, because here we go. So this is when you log on to preschool.uen.org. This is our homepage. And please also jump in with feedback.
Over here, no, come on.
Oh,
Last
if
time
you
you
could
went over there, that stuck.
double check that you're muted, everyone. That would be great. Thank you. I am like a little toddler. I'm easily distracted. So you'll come here. This is the homepage, and please jump in with feedback. Things that you notice. If you find a hidden gem while you're playing around, feel free to jump in and share it with us. But I'm just going to kind of go through, show you some of our great features, give you an overview a little bit deeper than, maybe if you were just coming here by yourself. And we're going to start here with highlights. These change monthly, sometimes weekly. You can see that we're announcing our new name, Preschool Pioneer, and all of these great activities, our partnership with Envision Utah, and They Bring Room, just all sorts of great places to start. Something you may have missed, check the highlights first. All right, so we were having technical difficulties with our first stop at pre-media videos earlier. I think I fixed it, but some of the feedback that a librarian gave me recently is that pre-media takes you away from the homepage, and it's really hard to get back. And one of the things that I was thinking about was that I want you to think about is that this is a library, and you go to different rooms in the library, different sections. And so I did value that feedback about pre-media. And so I'm going to be moving this, switching this with activity calendars, just so if it doesn't look the same, when you come back next week, you'll know why. So please give us feedback. We are happy to share. And we're happy to learn as well. So pre-media is kind of what I say is like Netflix for kids. In there, I leave these features up because it is a little hard to go through. But we have every Daniel Tiger episode, except for the new season. We have this really cute show, Up, Down, and Around, which I'll show you in just a minute. Some highlights. If you're going to be a first-time user, you'll click here. Or if I'll let you know right now that logging into pre-media is something must be going on with my family to keep calling me so much. This is what it'll look like once you log in. You'll go to Discover, hit Collections, and I don't know why in my last session, and I don't know why when I do it from this website, this shows up, but this is not right. So I'm going to take you into Premedia, what it looks like once you log in. There should be, there are 368 resources in Premedia. And it's just weird when I'm in this presenter mode, a different page is showing up. So you log in, the username is always Premedia. The password is always lowercase learn1, LEARN1. You'll get that information. And the only reason that we have people log in is because we pay for these resources. So we pay for the licenses and they're only available to Utah families. Every Utah citizen has access to these, but we do require password and login. So it's something to tell families that that is an issue, but there's also lesson plans. So I do want to just show you quickly. So here's all the Daniel Tiger episodes. You can type in an emotion and it'll pull up that one, like Daniel Tiger kindness. Oh, okay, never mind. If you type in kindness, there's something weird with my internet and in this presenter mode, because this works when I'm not presenting 100% of the time. So I'm going to see if up, down, and around pulls up. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on and tell you that while I'm in presenter mode, Premedia does not like me. So I'm going to let you explore. But one of the things that I was saying about Tanya and movement is that if you search Premedia for creative leaps, UMFA and Ryer Woodbury have created this fabulous half-hour video that you can download right here from eMedia. So once you're in, you have access to everything in eMedia, even though that says Premedia. It's a little confusing and I have to skip it and I have to figure out why when I'm in presenter mode, I cannot pull up our Premedia videos. So explore that on your own. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you say that was called Creative Leaps?
Mm-hmm. Creative Leaps.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I wrote it down right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fabulous. And it's going to be on TV on UEN Channel 9, Monday the 28th at 1 p.m. But you can also download it and you can do it with your class. It's a fabulous movement activity that is brand new and up to date. So it's in eMedia. So hopefully you're familiar with eMedia if you're an educator in the public school system, but Premedia is for families, even though they will have access to everything, but we do want them to be able to search when they're not in presenter mode for some weird reason. During lunch, I went through, I'm like, okay, this is what Premedia is, and I had it all loaded, and for some reason the search is not working while I'm trying to share with you. So I'm going to move on quickly to parent and caregiver resources. Here you'll find the standards. Parents will be directed that they can view the standards and easy to access. Also some text, Write by Text and Vroom, some resources that we partner with Envision Utah and the folks with the Danielson Foundation, I'm pretty sure are those who bring us Write by Text. Even as an educator, it's fun to download these and just have some little highlights in your day, once a week, once a month. I think you can check how much you want to get. We have again, this is a library, so we have, you know, a whole catalog of tips for parents, and everything from, we link to and partner with 5 Before 5. We have the basically your whole conference that was here today. We have the ages and stages and developmental screenings that Help Me Grow is involved with. We're just trying to connect parents to all those resources and more here, so that we would love to make sure that every parent is getting all the information that they need and that they feel is relevant. And one of those is preparing for school. One of the presentations I did at Utah Rural Schools many eons ago, I had an administrator say, oh my gosh, I was on an hour on a phone call with an hour with a parent when all I could have done is to send them to, at the time, Preschool Pioneer, and they could have looked at these resources themselves instead of me using up my resource of an hour of time. So this is just wonderful checklists. We have the standards are here in addition to into the state, here we come, getting ready for kindergarten. So you in English and in Spanish. So always, this is just a great place to send maybe that neurotic parent, or maybe that parent that needs a little help, like both ends of the spectrum. Playing it safe is really nice to share with parents what to do just in case. Booster Basics is not what we think of Booster in 2022. Booster is car seats. So I mentioned in our previous presentation, one of the biggest fights I ever had with my husband was on the safety of our car seat when I was bringing a baby home from the hospital. And that would have been nice to just have some information right there at my fingertips to share with my husband. So it's just always really nice to just have somewhere you can point to at your fingertips. We've got health, safety, health and fitness, nutrition, science. I'll never forget when my son was really little, can't remember, like he didn't want to go to Disneyland. He really wanted a lab in his bedroom. And so for my now 16-year-old who only grunts at me, this was something that I wished that had been available when he was younger. Something is really wrong. Anyway, STEM, everything you wanted to know to do STEM in your house. So maybe you've got that one kid that is like my little boy and just everything was science. I'll never forget also when he was really little. He wasn't even in kindergarten. I remember him in his car seat asking me about a physics question about the earth. And I was just like, I do not have those skills. So again, I wish there would have been a place I could have come to. And so we also have apps that we have not necessarily updated for a while, but they are great because they're vetted into categories. And if they cost money, maybe this is something you want to quickly just download onto your Kindle Fires, your tablets, or your iPads, if you have those in the classroom, whatever. Or if you want to just give a recommendation to parents, that's here too. As well as one of my favorites is games and interactives in Spanish. So all of these based on our Learn page, they are literacy games, There are math games. PBS has done an amazing job with science and math games. This is just a really small sample of what's available in Spanish. This is really nice. How's the weather today song. I don't know why. It must be a Sid the Science Kid song. Anyway, okay. One of the things that I also like to share after showing you about our Spanish resources is when you're on the home page or any page, we do have a little secret that I'm super proud of that makes this website unique. You can change the whole website into any language you see here. I think there are over 100. I am going
That's
to change
pretty
it.
cool.
It's phenomenal, actually, and it's very accurate. So I just changed it into Farsi, which is Persian. And if you have Afghan refugee kids that are in your classroom or a parent, my husband speaks Farsi, and I had him read it for legitimacy. And he said it's very literal, but it's pretty accurate. So, and again, sometimes parents aren't necessarily literate in their own language, but this is really nice. Hopefully you'll play with this.
So what did you click on again?
It's right up here in the Google. It translates it to any language in Google. Right in the home page. It's on every page where you can change it. So if I go to where we're going to go next. Well, it's not on every page. There we go. It just took a minute. So everything is in Farsi now. In our professional development page. And again, it's right up in the right-hand corner. And you can just easily turn it back to English. So Vietnamese, whatever written language. I don't think they have Navajo because Navajo is not a written language. Do they? No. But Nepali, whatever. So this is also, tell your Spanish teachers, your teachers who teach Chinese. This is another great place for kids to learn reading and context. So it's for the whole family. And thank you all for interjecting. It's really helpful to me because I can't see you. So I just now went to the early childhood professional page where we don't give enough accolades to all of you, but we have dedicated an entire page with just so many resources that you'll get lost. You'll spend hours. I promise you'll enjoy everything on this page, from learning about the early learning standards. There's a whole Canvas course that you can take. Again, the standards are here. There are critical issues. If you've watched the Raising of America series, we've done a whole bunch of issues there. Cultivate Learning, Circle Time Magazine, and Meaningful Makeover are great little programs, like news programs just for early childhood. They're phenomenal. Like I said, you could get lost. There's the Care About Childcare for providers. Also remind parents they are their child's first professional, early childhood professional, and they're welcome to come here too. But I think you might all get lost and love things like Peep in the Big Wide World teaching strategies. This, if you click here and go to educators, it's going to take you to their science curriculum. And let's see, music, fall, let's see, sound. So I'm going to look at sound because that was one of the interests from Jennifer, one of the Jennifers. And look at all of this. Okay, there's a full curriculum. So for 3 weeks, what you can do, you click on, here's an introduction lesson. You can print the activity, boom, boom, boom. Next activity, when you should do it, morning circle, it's an indoor activity. And then as you go to the curriculum planner, it's just, there's not enough time in a 50-minute presentation to show you all of the great things that are here. But if you want to explore sound, boom, 3 weeks of activities and information. And I wanted to take you to teaching strategies. If you want to share this with your group, with your other colleagues, here are teaching strategies with a self-guided activity. There's a whole PowerPoint on how to share with how to share this training as a leader. I'll just show you the quality. I love these. I'm just going to push play really quick.
I'm Brenda, and I care for 10 children in my home, ages 3 to 5. Setting up the right environment is an important part of doing science with kids.
Might be
For
for
this
Boston.
unit, we started with a table with our tubes and hoses for the children to test.
Okay, in 30 seconds, my brain went crazy. I never would have thought to use hoses and paint stirrers and just all sorts of things. I'm not an early childhood teacher, but I love how this website makes it easy for the rest of you who do such important work. Again, a different video. If you're doing centers, there's how to make it individualized. It's just Peep in the Big Wide World has Joan Cusack as the voice of Peep. There are videos that you'll be able to find, and I'll show you where some of those are in a minute, but it is a phenomenal resource, and I always like to take an extra minute to share with you all. The Fred Rogers Center really does a nice job on talking about technology and young children. And I just appreciate all the information there. A lot of times I will do one of these presentations around the research done by the Fred Rogers Center. Check out UEN and our professional development. You all are always welcome to take that. That should also lead to our Early EdU program. Please share with all of your colleagues, with all of your paraprofessionals, this resource, because there's so much here. There's research, and again, you might want a quiet time when you have a lot of free time, because you'll get lost in some of these fabulous things. More Peep with blogs, really just fun things. And then as you're working on your EDI, equity, diversity and inclusion, this is the, yes, it's the Department of Health and Human Services, but it's also our Head Start information. So if you've got some Native American kids, here's some great suggestions, and for dual learners. And you know that it is high quality because UEN puts our stamp on it. So it's in our resources, and it's Head Start. So early childhood professional, spend some time there, enjoy, and don't blame me when you're there for a couple hours. And then I will be switching pre-media with preschool activity calendars, because this is where I'd like parents to spend some time. We are giving a facelift to this website because Annie Frazier has now become the PBS Utah Education Director. So we're excited to have her on board. But once upon a time, she created some of these calendars for us. And Sharon Lay, who was once upon a time the, and why am I in December? It's February. Sharon was once upon a time the Jessica for USBE. And like I said before, probably when Jessica was born, Sharon was creating all of these resources, and they're still relevant, but they do need a little facelift. And so Jamie Robinson is creating, she's going to combine several of these activities for us and put them into an entire resource calendar that is connected to the standard. So we're really excited for those to come out soon. But if you just think about, it never occurred to me that Valentine's and setting up a writing center in your home and connecting to the post office. And so I just find these really valuable. You can just connect right to, these were handed to us on a CD, like if you can believe how long ago that was, before the thumb drive. And these are still here, and just they don't go out of style, right? Like letter V activities and making a large L and a friendship unit. Just, I love everything here, but I am excited for its update. Another one that you probably already know this, but here it is in our resource page under activity calendars. So we go to February and we have all of these access to all these wonderful resources. But I can also search fall and a gazillion links and a gazillion things. Just printables and activities, and you will just go on and on and on. The number of resources here from First School. I love them. School readiness, family activity calendars. This has not been updated, but it can give you some really good ideas. Something else I want to show you in here is Wonderopolis. So all of these are great, but Wonderopolis is the wonder of the day. If you have not seen this, it's just really fun. Something will pop up. Today's is who was Marie Maynard Daly. You just never know what's going to pop up. I think she was a chemist. But I am going to search autumn leaves and see what comes up. There's literally a new wonder every single day. So a cute little, why do leaves change color? And here's a cute little, I'm sure it's a very short video. Usually they're about a minute long. Why do leaves change color? I'll just play it for a second. That's 3 minutes.
Cooler, and some of the leaves on the trees are starting to change colors. This might be happening where you live too, or it might be happening pretty soon.
You get the idea. It's great, great stuff. All right, I am just enjoy. And sometimes these are great things if you need for a sub lesson plan too. I'm gonna go back home, scroll all the way down, not all the way down, but halfway down to our interactive learning resources. So this is, if you want to put something on your iPads or even do with the kids, if you have a smart board, lots of literacy and early reading games. One of the, several years ago, I don't know, I was presenting in Farron, Utah, and I just thought it was so funny that of all the things I was showing, the teachers were most interested in their upcoming Mother Goose lesson plan and unit. And so they thought those were great. This is one of those hidden gems, Storyline Online. If you don't know about it, it's presented by the Actors Guild, the National Actors Guild, and it has our favorite famous people. And I feel like I'm really old and out of it because I'm not really familiar with too many, but they have featured videos every month and they new added. Here you can click through all of the different books that they have to see if there's a connection. It's also searchable up here. You probably can't see that on my website, but this is my favorite, Harry the Dirty Dog, which was a favorite book of mine as a child. Aging myself, and our beloved Betty White reads that story. So I'm a little pop culture thrown into your day. And the reason that we have so many PBS connections is because we know PBS does research. They're highly vetted. We vet everything, and it is to be trusted. And so we hope that parents will find Preschool Path another trusted resource. Excuse me. So also we address numeracy, and again, lots of PBS games broken into different shapes, measurement, sorting, all sorts of different things for numeracy. I'll let you explore those games. Me is one of my most favorite because it's the social emotional that's so important in early childhood. These are games and activities. Elmo explaining what is race, learning about race. It's a lovely little video. There's Earth Day, cleaning up our planet. 2 days away is a cute little 2-minute video. When I have more time, I like to share that video on, wait time. How many sleeps is it until my play date? It's a fun little video for that. And let's make a calendar. And I don't know why I'm so short on time today, but explore that, because sometimes, like myself, and when my son was in kindergarten, some parents just can't get out the door. And even those really parents who are educated and know the importance of being on time to school, my son missed a lot of calendar time. I don't know why. I could not get him to school on time when he was in kindergarten. And so that's a great little video that shows you that an interactive video for kids to learn calendaring and days, and it's awesome. Something I'm very proud of us with our STEM, we actually break up games into science games. And these are really interactives. And here's Peep. Here's more videos and fun things to do with your kids. Again, those same curriculum areas, light and color. There's games and or videos. So you can choose up here if you want to play a game or video. It's fabulous. So science games, technology games. Oh, and I got out of, I'm not sure how I did that, but very easy to get back into our homepage, because preschool.uen.org is easy to remember. So we looked at science games. There are technology games. And here's where you'll find music and movement and playing games with kids. And don't be afraid to do some of these as a group on the computer, or send kids home who might have an interest in some of these different areas. Just we're hoping that parents will, you will share this with parents as well. Lots of fun things here. Even, we even have engineering games at the early childhood level. Speaking, and math is just the repeat of the numeracy that we showed you. But speaking of engineering, MIT created this incredible resource. They do have an early childhood department at MIT because it is important for learning and it's important to everybody. So they created this series called Jana and Edbert, and it's about this cute girl, Jana, who starts out in real life and then she goes into her cartoon world and she learns about, literally with the words at an age appropriate level, about base rates and probability, random and selective sampling, hypothesis and experiments, because the developers at MIT wanted to make sure that teachers and students and young children are learning these terms as regular as bugs and ecology. Instead of saying choose one, this gumballs one is so cute about why do I get a pink one out of all of these gumballs that come down? And they've done it in a lovely animated fashion. So I highly recommend this resource. Play around. There's a few activities, but we are really proud that UEN is one of the only places in the United States where you can find these resources. So I only have a few minutes left, sadly, but explore this website, explore everything that UEN has to offer with Preschool Path. I'm going to just scoot ahead in my presentation to do two things. Ask you to sign up. I need to put this in the chat, which I will in a few minutes. Put this website where you can sign up to get our poster. You put your own basket at the bottom of the poster, and we also will deliver you a set of footprints to lead up to the poster. And the basket we hope you will fill with our new brochure. That so this is the front, this is the back. And when you open up the brochure about Preschool Path, it's interactive. It's a coloring sheet with all of the resources, a pull-up bookmark, like over here, and we'll send you a classroom set of crayons as well. We really want the word out. We really want your help. Let me quickly, I'll put that in the chat in just a minute, but I was hoping you'd have a few minutes to look through. If anybody wants to jump in and tell me of some hidden gems that you found. Before we go, I'm just going to spend the last 2 minutes of your time. Hopefully you'll stay for just a second to hear Rita Pearson acknowledge you, because you are our future. You are our early childhood educators are as important as our pediatricians. They are seeing children and setting them on the path forward with knowledge. And just like Brittany did this morning, I want to end with a special thank you to all of you. I'll put things in the chat while this video plays. So thank you.
We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like. Can we stand to have more relationships? Absolutely. Will you like all your children? Of course not. And you know your toughest kids are never absent. Never. You won't like them all, and the tough ones show up for a reason. It's the connection, it's the relationships. And
sorry.
we know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influence.
I should not be trying to do two things at once. Hang on.
We know why kids don't learn. It's either can we stand to have more relationships? Absolutely. Will you like all your children? Of course not. And you know your toughest kids are never absent. Never. You won't like them all, and the tough ones show up for a reason. It's the connection, it's the relationships. And while you won't like them, become great actors and great actresses, and we come to work when we don't feel like it, and we listen to policy that doesn't make sense, and we teach anyway. We teach anyway because that's what we do. Teaching and learning should bring joy. How powerful would our world be if we had kids who were not afraid to take risks, who were not afraid to think, and who had a champion? Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. Is this job tough? You betcha. Oh God, you betcha. But it is not impossible. We can do this. We're educators. We're born to make a difference. Thank you so much.
All righty. Thank you, everyone. I put my email in the chat, a form for you to fill out. I am happy to come to anybody's classroom and share this with parents, with other colleagues. If you have ideas about how to get this out at kindergarten roundups, let me know. Thank you so much. Sorry we went over.